Oregon's Beachy Creek wildfire was heartbreaking. We all just wanted to help. This is John Walter. He and forestry crews are helping by replanting millions of trees in the Santiam State Forest. I think it's really important that we do stories like this because not everyone sees the recovery step by step. When we're challenged, our communities work together and we come back stronger than ever.
The minute I heard the story, I thought, man, people need to hear this. Jeannie and Steve couldn't be together because of the color of their skin. It was really hard for her to find him. He was in a care home.
I can't tell you how happy I was when I found out where he was.
We learned they're engaged now. If I can find a story like this and share it with the world and it brings them joy and reminds them of the power of love, that makes it all worth it.
I still keep an eye on the COVID numbers and the hospitalizations, and as they're going down, jeez. When we got to the ICU, we were met outside the front door by the woman in charge, Monica Schultz. She checked in with her workers.
And goggles, others are using the capper shields.
And then walked up and immediately said,
This patient is trying to die right now. We're trying to get a hold of family to let them know that transitions are happening.
Really an intense feeling that this was life and death that was playing out right in front of us. And my biggest concern was I wanted to soak as much of it in as possible and get it right. I felt like they were trusting us with their story.
Have you thought about getting out?
I think everyone's probably thought about getting out.
Covering stories like this, I think, is important because it's real life. It's really happening. You can mentally and emotionally go inside and start to feel what those folks are feeling. I learned that the professionals on the medical field, they're amazing. They keep going when they're tired.
It's exhausting.
When they're frustrated.
I'm angry at everything.
When they think that their patients are doing the wrong thing, when they're angry at themselves for thinking their patients are doing the wrong thing, and they keep giving and giving and giving because that's what they do.
I take the responsibility very seriously to love that person as if they were my own family member.
You know, we humans can be pretty nasty to each other, but when something like this happens, you see the compassion and the strength that people have, and I think that is hopeful.
We first met Tiana during production of our documentary looking at Portland's homeless crisis. She was living in a crowded RV with her daughter. Good news, she found safety in a family shelter along with her daughter.
Yeah, come on, show them to your room. It's bigger than our last place, for sure.
This is an example of there's hope.
Made a world of difference in my life.
There is a solution here. There is a future here for all of us, for our community. Daria is a woman we met waking up in a shelter during production of our documentary looking at Portland's homeless crisis.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
She would sleep there at night, and during the day, she would go work at Rite Aid.
I don't look like I'm homeless, but I am.
After we profiled Daria in the documentary, I checked in with her. How you doing? And she was so excited to tell me that she was in an apartment.
Come on in here. Welcome to my crib.
She moved into a 2-bedroom apartment with her son who is disabled, and they have a place now.
I just been looking around 4 walls, and then I said, holy cow, this is an apartment.
This apartment gives her stability, it gives her security, and it gives her freedom. She doesn't have to pack up all her stuff every morning at 6 a.m. and leave the shelter. She can just, as she puts it, sleep in.
Nobody knows I was homeless until they saw me on TV. He said, Daria, is that you? I said, yes, that's the one-day documentary.
And the beauty for me is you see what happens with one person, right? They find a better way, a better opportunity. They find that stability they're looking for, and think about the possibilities for all these other people who are struggling and those who truly want help. If we can reach out to them and give them that, it'd be amazing.
I want them to see the story that if I can do it, so can they.